This
configuration
conference will now be recorded.
Okay, now how to create an SLT configuration means we can do it in. So I already have a DB connect available, and I already have an RFC connection available. You can see. To RFC, so I guess you all we could see 9.
Your voice is breaking, Satya.
Now Padma still.
Still, but at least the screen is moving now. But
Just give me a minute. Hey, is it clear now, Padma?
Yeah, better. Yes.
Okay, right. So generally SLT configuration is done using T code LTR. So before we make an SLT configuration, we need an RFC connection and we need a DB connect. Okay, if I observe carefully, I already have an RFC connection. I say now /o LTRC. So this is the RFC connection we already have. See here, guys. Okay, they have an RFC connection available in LTRC. Go to your SLT configuration in the administration data tab. You can find this RFC connection and also you can find the DB connection both. Okay, so RFC connection is created using transaction code SM59. In the SM59, this is the configuration ECC HP7 underscore bash underscore 20. So calm down. So here, so this is your RFC connection, BAS underscore RFC1. This is your connection. So you can see this is a connection name, so which is used here. Or if you want, you can create a new connection also for a new system. So I'm creating a new connection. So that is like SLT underscore RFC. Okay. So ECC to SLT RFC connection. I give the description. So now target host should be your ECC system, the same system. So you have the SLT server and ECC present both in the same system. Let's go to the properties. See ECC HP7. So that is your application server. So ECC HP7 instance number is 20. Let's go to logon and security. Language English. Client 800. So username best. Password is same. Welcome 123. So I given all the details, and you can save your RFC now. So you can save your RFC connection. Your RFC connection will be created. So generally, please, we never create an RFC connection in real-time scenarios. I'm just showing you. So first, how to create an RFC connection. So once you have an RFC connection, DB connect is anywhere present. So let's try creating an SLT configuration using LTR. So SLT configuration, we do it in 2 steps. Step 1, okay, create an RFC connection between ECC and SLT system. So here the RFC connection we used is SLT underscore RFC. Step 2, configure SLT under T code. LTR. So now let's go to, so step one is done. So SLT underscore RFC is created. Now go to the transaction code LTR. So I say now /n LTR. So LTR is like a web-based transaction code. So it will open in a Internet Explorer tab. So give the same credentials. So what are the configurations we created between different systems? You can see here. Okay. If you want to check this configuration details also, you can click on the configuration. It will show you all the details of the configuration, existing configuration, which is active and running right now. Double click. Okay, so it will allow the pop-ups now. Now let's say click on this. Once you select your connection, so it will show all the details of your connection. So there you can see. So the source system. So this is the RFC connection to the source system. Target system is HDB HANA database. This is the schema. So the username, admin username, we have to provide the admin username, not our username. Okay. There is a replication username also. Host name, instance number, and everything. Okay. So this is the data. So you can see the source details, target details, triggers, job settings. If you go to settings, you can see is it a real-time mode or a schedule. So I told you, right, SLT has got two types of replication modes. So real-time replication, so means data loading will be immediate, or you can go with the schedule. Okay, if you take the option schedule by interval, you can schedule it every 3 hours or every 6 hours. If you say schedule by time and give it as 9 o'clock, it will run daily at 9 o'clock. And there you can see the number of jobs which will run in the background. So the number of data transfer jobs is 3. Okay, so more number of jobs, so the data loading will be quick. Okay, but still your server, we also have to take server into the account also. So the statistics, how many tables has been replicated using this configuration, you can see the statistics. Triggers are discussed. So what does this trigger do? Okay, so now you can see the configuration here. You can, if you want, you can create a new configuration also. In general, we don't have access to LTR, we don't have access to this T code. Okay, only admin can access this transaction code, guys. Frankly speaking, only administrator, only one super admin, even not all basis people. And so only, even not all basis team can access this transaction code, so that the data will be with a super user, I can say, some manager. So they give the access to this basis team for 1 hour or 2 hours to create a configuration. That's it. Okay, this is very sensitive. This transaction code is very sensitive, because if you delete a configuration here, that's it, gone. Your configuration is gone. So it has got a high authority to access this transaction code LTR. In general, real time, we never access this LTR transaction code. Okay, if you want to create a new configuration, I'm creating, but I cannot save it, because okay, I'm not creating with admin stuff. So let's say I create a new SLT configuration. So configuration name, I give it as ECC underscore SLT. Configuration with ECC underscore SLT. Say next. So first, your source. Okay, if your source is SAP system, then connection is RFC connection. If your source is non-SAP system, then connection is a DB connection. So anyway, my source is ECC, so the connect. Okay, so my source is ECC, so the connection is RFC connection. Here you have to give the so that is SLT underscore RFC, right, or RFC underscore SLT. SLT underscore RFC. So that is the RFC connection we created so far. say next. So first we have to give this source data. I guess it is RFC underscore SLT. Oh, okay. I got it now. So generally, we already have this kind of RFC used, right? Because here in this configuration, so the source, the RFC connection is same, right? The source and target of the RFC connection is same as of your node, so it will throw out an error. So configuration as ECC underscore. I just something. I select one RFC connection. Say next. Okay, we already have this. Means we already created this. Okay, there is an already configuration established between same ECC to SLT. So that's the reason it's not allowing us. Okay. So okay, here generally we do it in 5 steps. So step 1 we give the source details, step 2 we give the target details, step 3 we select the replication options. In LTR transaction code, so guys, I'm not sure if I delete it now. So again, I have to make a lot of heavy configuration, please. So I'm not going to delete it at any cost. Okay, so I cannot delete it this because this is an active configuration running. Okay, if I delete it now, again establishing a DB connect will be a very big task for me. Okay, right. So I'm not creating any new configuration. I'm going to use the configuration which is already established. Same, how do we do in the real-time scenarios? We use existing configuration. Okay, we use the existing connection between this SLT and HANA systems. Okay, and we're gonna replicate the data using that configurations. So these are the 2 steps we got in configuring SLT. So now once your SLT is configured between ECC and HANA system, so how the replication works. Okay, so guys, I guess now we got a complete basic clarity on SLT. See here, SLT is a data replication technique used to load data from SAP or non-SAP systems into HANA database. Okay, so SLT can be present in ECC system or BW system, or it can be an independent web server. So here SLT is present in ECC system. The SLT code starts with LT. Okay, so generally, so you see the SLT configurations, the status under T code LTRC. Okay, and we got 2 modes of replication SLT. I shown you real-time mode and batch mode here. If you click on this configuration, so then you can you check the options, right? Okay, there is 3 options: interval by time, okay, by period. Here you go to the settings of this SLT configuration, real-time mode, schedule by interval, schedule by time. If you select schedule by interval or schedule by time, it's a periodic replication. Okay, it's a batch mode replication. If you select the option of real time, so it will be a real-time replication. So when you're configuring SLT, you have to choose either batch mode or schedule or real time. So in most of the companies you see it as real time, or in some companies you see it in batch mode, but interval is only 5 minutes, sometimes 1 minute, sometimes 2 minutes, max 5 minutes. So I can say real time replication or just a 5 minutes delay is not a big deal for any company, right? Okay, some companies, so maintaining real time is very hectic for them, so they run it every 5 minutes like that. Okay, so even though we use batch mode in some scenarios, but period is not more than 5 minutes. Okay, so then these things we already know. So we started SLT configuration. It has got 3 engines: read, transformation, and write engines. And for configuring SLT, okay, we do it in 2 steps. So SCP to SLT configuration is RFC connection. SLT to HANA connection is DB connection. So how do you create an SLT configuration? Create an RFC between ECC and SLT, and then create a configuration. Create SLT configuration under T code LTR. Guys, if your
Can
configuration
you
is
go to Satya? Can you go to the statistics screen one time, please? In that ILTR
yes,
tab, yeah, statistics. So we'll know the list of all the tables here, right?
yeah,
What are
the
they?
list of tables which are replicated. Once I start the replication, I show you the statistics better.
Okay.
I'll start the replication now, which we do it in real time mostly. So generally, guys, non-SAP to SLT configuration will be different from SLT. Here, non-SAP means Oracle or some other systems. If it is like non-SAP to SLT connection, is always a TB connection. And anyway, SLT to HANA connection is again DB. So both are DB connects here. If it is non-SAP system, so both are DB connects. SAP to SLT is RFC. SLT to HANA is what we say DB connect. But non-SAP to SLT is again DB connect. SLT to HANA is also DB connect here. Okay. Let me show you. So guys, if your source system is non-SAP source system, the connection is always a DB connection here. Okay, the connection between non-SAP to SLT is DB connect, and SLT to HANA is again DB connection. Okay. So now once your SLT has been configured under LTR, so what is the step 3? Check your SLT. Step 3 is activate and check configuration under LTRC. Okay. Activate and check your configuration under LTRC. So now you can go to LTRC. So there you can check your configuration. Guys, creating an SLT configuration is always a one-time activity. That's it. Once the configuration is made, that's it. Then you can start replicating the data into HANA using SLT. So now let's focus on data replication, which we do in the real-time scenarios, which we do in a general on a daily basis. Now let's focus on once your configuration is ready. So let's focus on the data replication. This is the most important part. So data replication. So using SLT, I can say. So how the replication options. So what are the data replication options we have in SLT? Okay, here data replication okay, data replication and monitoring can be performed at 2 locations. You can do the data monitoring at 2 locations. So through you can do the data monitoring to data provisioning tab. HANA Studio. or T code LTRC. Data replication monitoring can be done from two locations. Okay, data provisioning tab in HANA Studio and LTRC T code in SL. So mostly preferred is so data replication from LTRC. Okay, this is the preferred. Okay, but I'll show you both. So first I'll start with data provisioning tab in HANA Studio, how the replication works. Okay, and then I'll go to the T code LTRC under SLT system. Okay, just give me a minute, please. Get some water. Just a minute. Then I start with data provisioning tab from HANA Studio. Right. Okay. See here. Generally, how can we do the data replication monitoring from HANA Studio? Okay, so how do you check? I can increase the font something. Okay, so generally guys, how can you do this? So let's go to the search. In the search bar you can find the option of quick view. Okay, in the search, or you type for quick view. So there you find quick view SAP HANA. In the quick views you find an option. In the quick views you find an option of data provisioning here. Okay, in the data provisioning you can find, so if you go to the data provisioning, let's set up your data HANA system, say finish. Okay, in the data, so go to the quick view. So quick view, you find the data provisioning tab. Okay, so generally now this is your SLT based table replication, table data provisioning for HANA database. So source system is EHP7 source system, ECC EHP7. Target system is, target schema is SAP underscore BAS25. Okay, I can see here now, if you go to the catalog, so right click on the catalog, let's search for the schema called SAP underscore BAS25. Sorry. So there you find SAP underscore BAS25 schema. In this schema, all the tables replicated using this configuration will be part of this schema default. Okay, so all the tables replicated using this SLT configuration will be by default part of the schema, that is SAP underscore BAS25. Okay, you cannot even change. Also, if you want to change the schema, you have to change your configuration, because whenever you try creating a configuration, okay, so what is your configuration name? SAP underscore BAS25. That is your configuration name, right? Okay, so SAP underscore BAS25 is the configuration name. So when we create configuration in okay, when we create a configuration in LTRT code, okay, so the name of the, whatever the name of the configuration you provide, so a schema will be created in HANA system with a similar name, and what are the tables replicated using that configuration will be by default replicated into that same schema. Okay, means now we tried creating a configuration called SAP with a name called SAP underscore BS25. So yeah, this is the configuration name. Schema will be created with a similar name in SAP HANA. So what are the tables replicated using that configurations will be default replicated into the schema. Okay, if you want to change the schema, you have to change another configuration. Okay,
And
clear?
if I remember here, these are mandatory tables, right? DDL, DD02L, DD.
Yeah, I'm coming to them actually.
Collecting. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming to them. But this is like a schema, the target schema. Okay. Okay, so that's your target schema, SAP_BS25. So by default, any table replicated will be replicated in the schema. So all the tables which you already replicated here, so they'll be present here in the tables folder. You can see here, VBAC. You see VBAC here. So VBAP, so you can see VBAP. So what are the tables already replicated using this schema? Okay, will be by default replicated here. And we got some 5 data replication options using this SLT. So we got load, replicate, stop replication, suspend, and reject. So very important. A lot of times as in interviews also. So I can say replication. Just a minute, please. Okay, I just copied from the earlier content I have. Okay, so these are the 5 replication options we have in SLT: load, replicate, stop replication, suspend, and resume. This load replicate the structure of table plus load all the data present in the table. I'll speak about this load. So replicate, it is based on triggers and log tables and the real-time replication. So I'll speak about these 5 options very much in detail in the coming session. Okay, and also let me give you some tables for replicating. So because so a lot of people have no idea on much of your ECC tables what to replicate. Okay, some people have equipped with good knowledge of ECC. So these are some ECC tables. You can use them for replicating data. Okay.
These tables are already available right now at this point. They have
Yeah, these
been
are predefined tables. So
predefined.
whatever
Yeah.
okay, these tables are
In,
available in any
yeah,
ECC
in
because
that,
a lot of people have no idea on the tables, right? What tables you have to replicate from ECC and everything. So I'm just giving
mhm.
you some list of functional tables which you will have.
Okay. Can we do one table EK key,
Yeah,
that history?
start doing that.
Yeah, history of
Okay.
what you thought.
We'll replicate a lot of tables for you. At SLT, I cannot complete in 1 or 2 days. I need to go into the log tables, triggers. I have to show you everything. So LTRS, transformations, lot of tables I'll replicate as part of this SLT, and
I know.
slowly I'll do it. Okay, so these are some tables we have. Okay, let's start with first thing called load. If you pick the option of load, it will simply create the structure of your table and load all the data present in the table. That's it. Okay, see here. Now I go to the first option called load. Once you go to the load, you see here, you see all the tables present in the load. So I pick one table called EKPO. So here, select one table called EKPO, which is a purchasing table we have. Okay, from ECC, search with the table. Yes, you can see the TKPO table here. Let's add the TKPO table too. Okay, simple, click on load. I'll just show you again. So if you want to load one table from ECC to HANA, you don't need to create a table in HANA, because this load option will create the structure of the table and then load data into the table. So nothing to perform. So simply click on load. Okay, so give search with your table name. So this is the option to search to find your table. Let's add the table. You can add multiple tables also, but I'm just saying, say finish now. So and keep on refreshing. So once your load is finished, let's say refresh. So now you can see, so EKPO, the load has been scheduled. Let's wait. So it will take some time and to process everything. Keep on refreshing. The only thing you can do is keep on refreshing. After some time you see load is in progress, and then you see load is executed. Here EKPO table structure is being created. Here you can see that, though it is still showing scheduled, the work is happening actually. Let's wait. There you can see the load is in progress. Loading data is in process. Let's keep on refreshing. So now load has been executed successfully. So now your EKPO table is created and data has been loaded. So right click on EKPO table. Let's say open definition of EKPO table. So there you can see all the, okay, now EKPO table has been created with all the columns present in ECC. See, these all are the columns present in ECC. Okay, if you want, you can check this table structure also in ECC. So how can we check the table structure in ECCs? Go to your ECC system. So the T code to check the data in ECC is SE11. So I go /OS11. So I give the database table is EKPO. Let's display. So you can see client, purchasing, document number, item number, material number, company code, plant. You see the columns here. You see the similar columns here. Client, purchasing, document number, purchasing item number, material number, company code, plant. So what are the columns of your ECC table will become the columns, and you will get the same structure of ECC here. And then if you right click on your EKPO table and say open content of the EKPO table, you see the data also. Okay, so you can see the top 1000 records from EKPO table. Here also in SC11 also. In the EK pivot table, let's go to open contents and hit enter. So there you see the data in the EK pivot table. The same data will be loaded into your HANA system. Okay, it's like a data replication structure. So if you click on load, so it will create the structure of the table along with all the data present in the table. Okay, so that is how your load option works. I'll speak more detail about the load. Okay, and replicates. So I'll speak about triggers, log tables. We seen here, right? So tomorrow we'll speak about the next class. We'll speak in detail about triggers and log tables. If you observe carefully, you got some triggers, database triggers, log tables, how the real-time replication works in SLT. So we'll speak about those concepts. Okay, in the next class. Tomorrow's class is completely focused on. We'll focus completely on the remaining options like load option, replicate option, stop replication, suspend, resume. Okay, it's like a very important session. I can say the most important of all sessions, where I'm gonna show you all the options in detail, how these different options work. The next two sessions will be quite interesting, I can say. Okay, and quite it's very important as well. So we'll discuss about triggers, we'll discuss about log tables, we'll discuss about how real-time replication works, how system processes the data automatically. So what happens if we suspend, what happens if we stop. Okay, so I'll discuss clearly about the replication options under SLT, which we work on a regular basis. Okay, please don't miss out tomorrow. Okay, I stop here. Thank you all. Have a great day. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.